Death Note is a manga anime live TV show that has now been made into a feature film movie produced by Netflix, directed by Adam Wingard and starring Nat Wolff, Lakeith Stanfield and Willem Dafoe. Full disclosure, I know jack shit about Death Note. I've heard bits and pieces of the plot from multiple friends during the years, but I've never read the comic books, the mangas, and I've not watched the anime, which is on Netflix by the way, so I will start actually watching it after watching this movie. But I do love, and well, love maybe just too strong of a word, but I like Adam Wingard's work. And I say like because I really like You're Next. I love The Guest. The Guest is in my top 20 favorite movies of all time. Easily, I love that movie to death. Then he made Blair Witch Project. The Blair Witch, the sequel reboot, which had some problems, plenty of them, yeah. And now he's made Death Note. And first of all, whitewashing, all that shit, honestly, I kind of don't really care about it. Mostly because there isn't any real reason for having that, but you need those things for the American audience, for a worldwide audience to actually like it and watch it more, because I know plenty of people who don't watch Japanese, Chinese, Asian movies in general just because, well, they're Asian movies, because it's almost kind of a racist thing. It's just, I don't like Asian movies. I watch plenty of them, no, I just don't like them. So if you put the same exact script, acting, whatever, only with an American production or at least a Western production, more people are gonna actually watch it and probably even like it more, which is a sad thing in my opinion. But still, I don't give two shits about the whitewashing controversy, I just don't. The movie itself, it's a mixed bag. It's definitely not a bad film per se. I did quite enjoy it overall, but there are so many problems in the more it goes on, because the first act, it's quite great in my opinion. It balances dark humor with horror in a really solid way. I was saying, yeah, that's the Wingard I love. And the story of this boy who finds the Death Note, he can write whatever name he wants of a person and this person is going to die immediately in the way that the kid chose to kill him. It's a book full of rules, full of a lot of bullshit. And there is this demon who is connected to the book. It is never explained how or why, probably it is in the manga or anime. Here there is little to no explanation to a lot of things, unfortunately. And the first act, more or less, was great. I was loving it because it's almost a Final Destination movie, only actually interesting. And seeing this kid just becoming more and more powerful, getting with a girl and just starting to cause a lot of havoc, killing dangerous criminals and people all over the world. It subverts the usual cliche of, oh, I can do whatever I want, I have free wishes, I'm gonna do only selfish things. That shit like Death Wish Upon, whatever it was, did. But in this movie they actually kill like evil generals or terrorists, and it works. And a lot of people start becoming obsessed with these two kids, because these two kids are anonymous, so of course a lot of people, and they call themselves Kira. They leave messages when they made people kill themselves and whatnot. And this is actually very interesting, an aspect that I was quite loving when it was introduced, about almost religion and how people are influenced, how even just killing someone even though he's evil, a lot of people are actually like that. Even though, who are those two kids to judge everyone in the world? It's a very interesting concept that unfortunately is not developed almost at all for the entire rest of the movie. There are just bits and pieces here and there, but it just becomes so unfocused once the character of Elle, which is a fan favorite from what I heard, played by Lakeith, who is this weird detective, almost drugged up guy, always eating sugar. It's insane. And he's trying to find out who Kira is. So he gets into Seattle, because the movie is set in Seattle, and there is this whole relationship, and then the movie goes on from there, but it becomes a mess. There are all these different characters, and having pretty much two protagonists and having a protagonist that is at the start a good guy who becomes evil, then is good again, and then another guy who is good but is actually the villain, but it's not the villain, and then there is Willem Dafoe playing the weird-ass Ryuko, whatever. This movie needed to be longer, it really did, because some things just move so fast, just cut. We need to get moving, hour and a half, that's more than enough, cut. It's all very messy. It's a messy movie, unfortunately, but it is enjoyable. The acting is very good. I quite enjoyed it, even though the acting is good, but the writing is mediocre at best, very bland in a couple of places. Character motivations, some of them come out of nowhere during it, and I was baffled during the last act. I mean, especially the ending. It's bad. It's very bad, sudden, and there are also weird uses of music. One of the reasons why I loved The Guest is that music was phenomenal in there. Great choices of music. Also, it was great how the music was used inside the movie. It was very fun in a couple of places, it added to the tension in others. In this movie it's out of place, like the scene on the Ferris wheel at the end, if you watch the movie. Why did they choose that music? It was crazy. This trend of using, let's say, joyful music during dramatic scenes, I think it needs to stop unless it is warranted. In some movies it works, but here it was just, what? They're using that song during this moment? Whatever. The visual effects were good, there was a lot of practical effects, a lot of gore in the first act, very gory movie in the beginning, and then it just loses steam. As soon as the detective is introduced, in my opinion, as soon as L is introduced, the movie went downhill, and honestly I think it's more of a problem of this movie per se, because with an anime you have, I think it's over 100 episodes long, it's insane. With a comic book, well, with a manga you have, a lot of comics, a lot of publications that you can do. So overall, do I recommend watching Death Note? Honestly, I'm on the fence. For the actually really good first part, some of the messages of the movie, I do recommend you watch it, and it is enjoyable, it is fun for the most part, but the second half is just so jarringly different and unfocused that it kind of ruined the rest of the movie for me. But overall, yeah, check it out, it's on Netflix as always, so fuck if you care. If you want to watch it, you're gonna watch it anyways, so go watch it, tell me your opinion in the comments below, and thanks. So if you're watching, to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.